This segment is being sponsored by Mowing and More, proudly serving Wilson County for over 15 years. Give them a call for all of your lawn care, landscaping, and irrigation needs.
Welcome back, everyone. This week's Recipe of the Week is being brought to you by Courtney's Restaurant and Catering Service, located at 4066B North Mount Juliet Road, Mount Juliet. The city between the lakes. The pretty city between the lakes.
Pretty city between the lakes.
Purdy. We'll say Purdy.
Purdy.
Purdy. We have with us in the house Miss Anna Flowers. Anna, thank you so much for being here. You know, Tom got sick on us and he said, I hate to leave you guys stranded. That's all right.
We'll be okay.
We got Anna. Yeah. We brought an ace.
Yeah. We got backups.
Yeah, Tom, you're just a newbie compared to Anna over here. I'm telling you.
You have to be kind of a pro with being friends with you to wing it.
I'm telling you.
When you get that 10:30 text saying, hey, do you have plans tonight? Can you come up with a recipe?
I thought you were going to go, well, let me find out from Jim.
Yeah, I should have said, well, let me see if Jim wants to eat dinner tonight or not, and I'll just give you that.
But Anna, thank you so much, first of all, for filling in and being short notice. But there's nobody, I mean, you and Deborah. I can call on you and Deborah, and it's just instantaneous. It's done. And that's such a good feeling.
Well, I guess we're always in the kitchen. We just can't help ourselves.
You girls are now. You girls are. But it's what y'all bring out of the kitchen that's so great.
So I enjoy it. So it's a lot of fun. Well, tonight I decided to bring fried pies. You know, it's September starts tomorrow.
Yep.
We're in fall season. You know, to me that means fair food and fried pies. So you can't go wrong with that.
And I call it tree stand food.
Well, yeah, they're good for that too. So, you know, fried pies, you just can't go wrong. They're easy to just grab and go wherever you're, you know, if you're going to stand, if you're at the fair walking around letting your kid ride the rides, I mean, going on a picnic, whatever.
If you got invited to come over to Saturday afternoon, you know, little get together, this is an awesome idea.
Yeah, it's something that you can make ahead. That's one thing I really like about it is you can roll out your dough, pre-cut them, and you can actually layer them in wax paper and stick them in the freezer until you're ready to use them. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll just put a bunch of them together ready, and I'll just pull out, you know, 8 or 10 at a time, whatever event I'm going to.
You cook that mean for Jim? 8 or 10?
Well,
Jim?
you know, just depends on, you know, if he's been out in the yard working hard, you know, I want to
well, give him 3, but I want 4.
So. But it's great. It's very versatile kind of dough that you can use for a lot of different things. I use it for chicken pot pies, all kinds of stuff. So, you know, just having them pre-made in the freezer is just super handy to go grab them. So, Jim actually helps me with our apples tonight. So these are dried apples that I get from little Amish market in Charlotte that I really enjoy going to visit. So with those, we basically put them in a sauce pan on the stove, add some water just to rehydrate them, let them cook down. So you're basically making almost like an applesauce that you add sweetener to. So once you've got your dough rolled out and cut to the size that you want, and you've got your apples cooked down. So I usually let my apples cool down so that way they don't start cooking the dough until I'm ready. And you just kind of fill your dough here.
And how much, I mean, you just have to guess at how much you're putting in there? Or?
So this one may be a little full, we'll see. But
it looks like that.
Yeah. So it just depends on the size of your dough. So if you're using a smaller dough, then you're going to want to, you know, scale back. You kind of know how much you're filling, and you know, whenever you start to seal it, you'll end up squeezing some out, and you know, that's when you know you filled it about right. You know,
what are you doing there?
So right now I'm taking, this is a glass of water, and this dough, it's a pretty dry dough. So you want to be able to moisturize that edge so that when you fold it over and press it, it actually seals. So that's one of those secrets that if you're cooking and you mess up your pie crust, you got a crack in it, you can take that water and just kind of work the crust back, and you can kind of heal your crust. So
heal your crust.
Yep. So
I like her tip of the week. That's a good tip of the week.
There you go. See, I'm squeezing it out a little bit, so this one's nice and full. So
I'll tell you, that is a perfect size pie.
See? And it's going to fluff up a little bit when you stick it in the fryer. So I like to use an electric skillet that I just put oil in the bottom of my pan, and I will let it cook and brown evenly on one side and just kind of roll it over. You do have to be careful though, because it is hot and you get grease splatters. So you want to be careful with that. But once you fry them, then this is what you end up with.
Oh,
So,
aren't those gorgeous?
so they're pretty tasty. So you can eat them with ice cream. You can eat them by themselves. You can make multiple flavors. These are all apple, but I've done them with peach preserves, strawberries, just a variety of different things. So we can, well, Jim says he likes to eat them for breakfast. So,
I'm telling you,
you know.
I mean, you know,
Lunch,
that's
dinner.
better than a Hostess Twinkie right there now, I'm telling you, you know. But you can put them in those little, what they call those snack baggies. They're just perfect for that, and put them in your backpack and carry with you.
Well, and it's a labor of love. I tell everybody, you know, we do a tractor show every September, and so for a couple years we were making fried pies, and it felt like we were making constantly fried pies. So you do have to love each one individually, but you know the love shows through the taste. So
I got one question for you. On the flour that you use to make your dough, do you use all-purpose or you do self-rising or?
I do all-purpose, and I add the salt and the baking powder to it, and then it also has milk. So I just go ahead and Crisco, and so I just work it into a dough, roll it out with a little extra flour, and then tonight I just used a bowl to cut my circles, but you can use, you know, anything round, like if you've got a big cookie cutter, or if you've got, we even made, when we were making so many fried pies for our tractor show, Jim helped me make some rings that are the perfect size so we could have them consistent. So you know, just about anything that's round works. You know, some people enjoy little small tiny fried pies, so they'll make theirs, you know, about 4 inches across or so. So it's kind of, you know, you just got to keep in mind when you're rolling it out, you want it thick enough that you can move it and fold it and, you know, transport it into your oil without breaking apart. So you know, you don't want it to be paper thin. But
well, thank you, Miss Anna. We got to go right now, but thank you. She's done it again, ladies and gentlemen. She saved the show. I promise you that is a great, great recipe. And let me tell you something. I've had those fried pies at the tractor show.
I'm about to.
They can't make them fast enough. And we'll talk about that tractor show in just a second. But first, we have our giveaway. We have
got it
what
right here,
buddy?
Well, you know, guys have seen us this year. We've been using these Hunter Up tree bands, and they're just, I can't wait to use them in these public land hunts we're going to be going on this year. But tonight we've got a Hunter Up tree band, a Hunter Up t-shirt, and a Hunter Up bow hunter's cap.
A bow
we're going to be
cap
sending
too,
out.
by the way.
So be our 5th caller at 737-7767, and we'll get you hooked up.
We will. We'll be right back with more Southern Woods and Waters.